Hello YouTube, the Buffalo Pyle here, out on the porch with a cup of coffee this morning. Today I'm going to share with you a video. It's going to be my first paracord tutorial, and this is what we're going to be making. Now, you look at that and you say, well, what exactly is that? Well, what that is, and you see a lot of these around different designs and stuff today, it's a mask holder. You wear it on the back of your head, and you hook your mask on it to keep from riding on your ears all the time. Well, I saw this on YouTube, and I'll link the original video down below, but they didn't include this loop on the end, and we're going to talk about this loop as we're doing it, and we'll talk about it in the wrap-up. But anyway, it's kind of a neat little deal that I saw, and I've made a few of them, and they do help. They keep the mask off your ears. You see a lot of them made with 3D printers and different things, and people tie them off to their bandanas and stuff to keep from their mask just riding on their ear all the time. So, trying to help out in the new normal. So, watch the video and let me know what you think. So now we're going to show you how to make the mask holder, Cobra Weave center, with 2 diamond balls on the end to help hold the mask strap. Okay, first thing you're going to need is paracord. And the amount of paracord you need depends on the length of your Cobra Weave. That'll be your main cord here. Mine is about 7.5 feet long, because I'm making about a 6.5 to 7 inch mask. The rule of thumb is always 1 foot of paracord for 1 inch of Cobra Weave, and I always add at least an extra foot because I don't want to come up short at the end, on either end. Also, for the diamond balls, I've cut 2 pieces of cord. 1 foot would probably be ample, but I cut it 18 inches because I have big fingers and I like to have plenty to work with. If you're very conscientious about your cord, you know, do that and cut your cord a little shorter. It won't hurt. You can easily make it with a foot. Okay, so with the cord, you'll also need some tools. The tools we'll be using today are a pair of cutters, scissors, a torch lighter, and a pair of forceps to help us finish off the Cobra Weave. So first we're going to take the longer stretch of paracord that you're going to use for your Cobra Weave, and we're going to double it up and create a loop at the end. Okay? Then you're going to take this loop, get your ruler, and you're going to measure out. Now I'm going to want this to be about 6.5 to 7 inches long. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make my loop out at about 8 inches. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to add something to this that I haven't added to the other one. Even though I'm only going to do my paracord, my knot up to about 6.5 inches. I'm going to leave the loop on the end, and I'll show you why. I'll explain that to you why in a minute. I did not on my first one, but I'm going to on this one. So measure that out to about 8 inches or so. After that's measured, then you take your mark, and we're going to make our first Cobra knot. We take the right side over, Then the left side comes over the top of that one and goes back up through the loop created on the other side. Try to continue to hold your spot there as best you can. And we make that first knot, and we want to kind of pull it tight. And then we're going to make our second knot. This one goes under. This side comes over. And you tighten it up. Okay. Then you notice the cow hitch look of the Cobra Weave starts very quickly. We tighten that up to hold its place, and we check the length again to see how we're doing. We're a little short, so I'm going to lengthen it just a bit, and I'm going to try to lengthen from both sides. Going from both sides, you won't need as much from each side. To add that length back. And then we check again, and we're much better, out close to 8 inches. All right. So now from here, we're just going to continue the Cobra Weave. If you don't know how to do the Cobra Weave, if you're that new to Paracord, I'm sorry, got started backwards. If you're that new to Paracord and you don't know how to do the Cobra Weave, there's lots of tutorials on YouTube how to do the Cobra Weave. And you'll see as we go along here, we just keep that 2 in, 2 out, all the way down, and it takes just takes a little bit to do here, and you want to keep it good and tight. Most important thing with a Cobra knot or any knot in Paracord is to keep it consistent. So you should use the same tension every time you pull your knot, and it's not hard to do. Once you get into a rhythm, you can easily do that. Make another knot here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to continue this on for our 6.5 inch length, and then I'll show you what we're going to do to finish it up here in a minute. But we're just going to continue this Cobra knot down, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Here's my cord. I've finished it out. I've got about 2 knots left to go, so I'm going to finish up those and show you. As you will see, I don't have a whole lot left, and I did cut an extra foot on my cord. Of course, I did leave the loop on the end that I didn't on the last one. So I'm going to finish this off with a couple more knots. We'll confirm the length, and then we'll just have some short cutoffs. Like I said, if you're particular, you know how much cord you need for an inch. Some people are very particular about that and want to get their cord as close as they can, so they don't have these cutoffs. I usually keep the cutoffs if they're over about 2 inches long for zipper pulls and little projects I do. Shorter cutoffs I might not keep. They might just go to the trash. So let's check our length here. The length of our weave is right about 6¼ inches, so we'll put one more knot in it here, just to kind of give you an idea of how much a knot matters. It's not quite 1/4 inch, but it's close. Oh, sorry there. Okay. Now and tighten that all up, and then I'm going to check it one more time here, and that's right at 6.5 inches of weave. And that leaves me a nice little 1 inch or so loop here on the end, and I'm going to explain what I'm going to do with that shortly. I don't think that'll bother your ear too much, but it'll make it very convenient for storage. I'm going to try that. If it doesn't work, we may have to do something different with that. But anyway, so now that I've completed this, it's a simple snip and singe. Take our scissors and snip this off. Not right at the cord, but very close there. And then on this side as well. And there we go. Then we take our lighter and we melt the end. And then I just use the end of my lighter there to roll that down to make a seal. And you're going to want these to be pretty flat and pretty smooth, no jigs sticking up, because this is going to lay on the back of your head, so you don't want something that's going to poke you in the back of the head. Now, that completes our Cobra Weave. You'll look, the good thing about Cobra Weave is it's the same on the front as it is on the back, and you can choose. One side is usually a little raised in the middle because of the center cords. I like to use that as the outside, just because this will lay flatter against the back of the head once you get it made. Depending on whether you weave over or under, your cords will depend on which side that is on. But again, like I said, one side's just the same as the other, so you can choose which side you want to use. Okay, so we'll set that up to the side. And now we're going to make a diamond knot. And now it's a carriage spin knot that's then folded back into itself and pulled into a tight ball. I've always had issues with this knot. Never been real good at it until I learned this particular hand tie, and it has made it a lot easier. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Obviously, just like with the Cobra Weave, there's lots of tutorials out there on how to make this, how to do this. So you're going to start around your middle finger, leave enough cord about halfway on there. Then you're going to create a loop, and you're going to fold that loop over. Okay, can you see how I kind of make a figure 8 loop there? Okay, then you're going to tuck this string behind your finger to hold it in place. You've got this knot. Now this one comes around, it goes under this one, over this one, then you pull this loop up in the middle. Again, fat fingers is not easy for me. And then you go under, so see, you come from over here, you go under, over, under, over. And that creates the basis for your carriage spin. And that's a very easy way to make that knot for me. It's a pretty intricate knot, and it's not easily made. Now you pull it off your finger, and you've got this loop up here. This cord goes clockwise or counterclockwise around the first loop in your stand here and up through the middle. Okay, then this one comes around the same direction around the next leg of your loop and up through the middle. And then as you pull this together, this creates the diamond knot. And you'll have to adjust as you get started here to kind of get it going there. Now this right here, you could tighten this knot up, and this would be a good zipper pull. This would be, a lot of options here. You saw my fat fingers and how I worked, so that's why I cut my cord a little longer, and we are going to have some cut off here when this all gets tightened up. But again, I'm not concerned about that. Some people may be. So now we're going to tighten this knot up, and we're going to pull the loop out and just make it the knot. So get a hold on each side and give it a pull. Oh, I got a hold of a end there. Okay. Give it a pull to help tighten it up. Start pulling it back in itself here. And then we'll get a little bit there. Then we can pull this here, and this here. And this is sometimes difficult to follow with the way the knot actually comes together. Okay, so now then, I want to try to pull this out. And now I got a twist in it, so I want to pull it back and try to work that twist out if I can. That'll help my knot look a little better. You would hope in the end that you would have the legs on the bottom about the same, but it's not absolutely important. In this case, I'm really bad off, but this is long enough to do what we're going to do with this. But anyway, so now my knot is very tight and looks pretty good. So I'm going to take this, and this attaches to the Cobra Weave. All right, so I'm going to take a break for a second, and I'm going to make the other one, and then I'll be right back, and we'll connect them. Okay, I've completed both of my diamond knots. Again, the second one leg much shorter than the other, not a big concern. So now we're going to take our forceps, and you can easily get these anywhere. These are the handiest tool I've ever found for paracord work. What we're going to do is we're going to take our Cobra Weave section, and we're going to go very near the end and decide which side you want your ball out on. And we're going to work this in under here to where we can open it. Okay. Then we get a hold of one of the ends. Probably easier with the long end first. Get a hold of the long end here, and then work that back through the loop. Okay. Then on the other side, we want to go through the same hole so it will be equal. Oh, sorry. Go through the same hole. Get a hold of that end, and we're going to work it through. Now, once you get them both through, you want to pull them down fairly tight. The ball is going to be your big catch here, but you want to pull those down fairly tight, and then we're simply going to snip these and cinch the ends to lock it into place. We'll leave a little bit of cord to create a good stop there. because you don't want that to pull back through real easily. Okay, and again, take your torch, get that down good, and then smash it flat into the paracord. Again, you don't want to leave boogers and pieces sticking up, because this is going to lay against the back of your head. Or against the back of someone's head. Okay. And I'm not afraid to heat it back up and smooth it out if I need to. This is actually pretty good. I will check it again once it has time to completely cool and be sure there's no burrs or anything sticking up, and then we'll be ready to go. But anyway, now you have your first anchor point for your mask, and we'll put the other one on the other end, and then I'll be back to show you the final product. So now we've completed our project. We have the balls on either end. I've checked the back to be sure that we're smooth and that that's going to be comfortable against the back of someone's head. Now, the loop I left on the end. One way you can take care of this, it's a convenient place to hang it on a hook. We hang our mask on hooks just inside the door, and so this would be a way to hang it with your mask so that they stay together. You can also use this. You can take this and hook your mask, and then if you can take this and hook it over here, that would keep it off of your ear. But also you could use this as a little bit of an extender. If someone a little bit bigger needed it or something, you could hook that over and hook your mask into that, and then it's connected to your mask. And you can then hang your mask up and let that work, and then just pull it around and hook it up. So I just thought that was a convenient little storage deal. Gives you a hook to hook it on. If you're like us and you hook your mask on a hook at the house, keeps your stuff together. All right, well, this has been a cool project. Thank you for being with me, and we'll continue to do paracord projects along. Thank you. Well, back out on the porch now, and hope you enjoyed that video. You see the loop? It's a good place to hang it. It's also a good place to, you can put the catch on there and extend your mask stretcher a little bit if you need to get rid of that loop behind your ear. It's a neat little project. Like I said, it's not a new idea, and most of my ideas aren't new. And I've linked the original video that I got the idea from down in the description below. So if you like this project and you want to see more paracord projects, well, like this video. And if you enjoy watching me sitting out here on the porch and doing little projects around, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you know whenever I get a new video posted up. Still posting on Mondays and Thursdays, but you know, might just come out here and visit on the porch every once in a while, so you might get a strange video during the middle of the week. So give me a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Y'all come back and see me on the porch.